I am in Waukesha County in the corner of National and Moreland. This is New Berlin.
Take more.
We are at the historical park of a community west of the city on National Avenue. You know where we're in. We are in New Berlin. And here's John.
Hey,
How
John.
are you?
Pretty good.
To see you. We're at the historical park.
We are.
How perfect that you're here. So we're in a community called New Berlin. So this is my presumption that a lot of Germans.
It's true, John, and there certainly were, but that's not where the name came from. It's a really interesting chain of events here. The first white settlers here were pretty much Yankees from New York and New England, and one of them named the place for his hometown, which was New Berlin, a village in upstate New York.
Oh, there you go.
Which was named for Berlin, Connecticut, which was named for the German city. So we are 3 steps removed from Europe, and this actually should be New Berlin.
Jeez. What attracted the Yankees to this place?
The Berlin's kind of unusual. Had no lake, no rivers, and no railroad until about 50 years after settlement began. What it did have was an old Indian trail that became National Avenue and lots of trees. I came across one old account that talked about the almost tropical growth that in some places excluded the sun. What that meant was fertile soil.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of work to clear it. This became very productive farmland, and that was the attraction for the Yankee settlers. A lot of them settled right here in the southwest corner of the township around a little hamlet called Prospect Hill, right here. By 1880, Prospect Hill had one church still standing across the street, as well as 2 stores and 20 homes. And a lot of the original buildings in the whole area have been assembled here in the historical park.
It's cool. Yeah. Who followed the Yankees?
The Irish were the first immigrants, pretty much in the southeast corner of the township, but Germans outnumbered everybody. By 1900, they were 56% of New Berlin's population, which was second only to Menominee Falls in the entire county, and they farmed all over the township.
How long did that last farming?
Still farms here. There's
Sure.
still farms in the area, but suburban growth goes back more than 1 century. It's kind of surprising. The first subdivision was laid out back in 1912 up in the northeast corner, and it was on the interurban railroad connecting to Berlin with West Allis and Milwaukee. And most of those first suburbanites were factory workers, so the houses they built were a lot smaller than the ones you see today.
When did all the development happen?
The big wave, John, was after World War II, when you had thousands of Milwaukeeans coming out here and building new homes. National Avenue was their pipeline, and Interstate 43, just down the hill here, helped things considerably. So between 1950 and 1960, the population nearly tripled.
Wow.
So 1959, they incorporated as a city and kept on growing. 1980, the population had doubled again.
Who were all those newcomers?
Pretty much Milwaukeeans, kind of moving up economically. They did not develop a downtown, but New Berlin did open a business park, industrial park, back in 1965 that covered more than 2 square miles. So biggest in Waukesha County by far. So you had jobs moving out here as well as people. And pretty soon you had Milwaukeeans commuting to New Berlin for work instead of vice versa.
Population here?
About 40,000, and nearly half still has some German roots.
Boundaries?
Still pretty much the same as the first township. New Berlin's on the eastern edge of Waukesha County, covers 37 square miles, runs from 124th Street to Springdale Road, and from Greenfield Avenue down to College Avenue, and do not dare call it New Berlin.
No, unless you want to be asked if you're new here.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you live in Bayview and that you biked all the way out here. That's you need to.
The last leg up Prospect Hill, John, otherwise it was with 4 wheels.
And that's how that works. Yeah. Thanks, John.
See you, John.
A large area in New Berlin is the New Berlin Industrial Park. There are 600 businesses and over 13,000 people who work here. And I believe it's the most densely populated industrial park in the state of Wisconsin. I think that's true. I'm kind of excited about all of this because we walked in and the first thing you said was ice cream.
Back in the 1980s, the company was founded on a brand of ice cream called Moose Tracks ice cream.
Yeah. And everybody knows Moose Tracks. Everybody does.
It's a top 10 flavor in the United States.
The ingredients come from this company.
They do. Actually, we make 9 million pounds of Moose Tracks fudge annually from here that goes into Moose Tracks that's made all over North America, and probably 150 different packages throughout the country.
So they can't call a Moose Track unless it's the fudge that comes
we
out
own
of
the
this company.
trademark.
This is Moose Tracks fudge.
Well, that looks good. I hope it
You want to try some?
Can I? You have 3 facilities here in New Berlin.
We do.
How many employees?
135.
Now imagine that in ice cream.
We're growing every year.
What's your job here?
I'm one of the R&D food scientists. My master's degree was in caramel, so researching caramel.
You have a master's in caramel?
Yes,
Well, they make things like cookie doughs, and they make flake items, chocolate, and a variety of flakes.
What are you doing?
Making a lime variant. It's like a ripple that's in the ice cream.
What we're doing today is we're freezing some ice cream with one of our flavor bases in it.
Caramels, strawberry, chocolate items. We make a lot of eggnog base. We make cheesecake pieces and brownie pieces for ice cream as well.
We'll make small batches, send them out to customers, get feedback, and we can sort of fine-tune it here before we commercialize it.
So this is a baked chocolate chip cheesecake.
Then do you have customers come in and sit around a table and they say, oh, this is what we want to order now from you?
In some cases, we take it and show it to them.
Okay.
In other cases, we actually bring them in here and work on products they want to work on. So they work side by side with our R&D folks. Then we actually put it in ice cream so they can taste it.
And this is created right here.
Exactly.
This is created right here.
These were created here by our food scientists.
Oh, great.
So you're probably the first consumer, non-customer, to try this.
Non-scientist?
Yeah, exactly.
This is our design department.
What exactly does Conrad Schmitt Studios do?
This is their church as it exists right now. The proposed decoration looks like this.
We restore churches, theaters, other historic buildings. We do stained glass design.
Did you put the lid on?
Yeah.
Can I bend it?
Sure.
Oh, it's like putty almost.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Restoring, reglazing a panel from Mobile, Alabama.
Staple it on. Yeah. Once we've applied the paint, we take it to the kiln and we fire it in. So it actually becomes a part of the piece.
How old is this?
It's a guess, but I would say early 1900s.
Sculpture, statuary, mosaic. So anything really involved with historic buildings and churches.
A lot of the murals that we do are on canvas and then shipped to the job site and applied like wallpaper.
Locally, we've worked in the Pabst Theater, the Basilica, St. Stanislaus. We've been fortunate to do a lot in our backyard, but we go all over the country.
You do?
Yes.
But home is here.
Home is here.
So Conrad Schmitt has been here for how long?
We've been in business since 1889.
1889.
1889. When my grandfather purchased the business in the 50s, he wanted to retain the name and keep the reputation and keep maintaining all the good work that he's done. We've been here in this building since the 70s.
So you're the 3rd generation of your family that has been with Conrad Schmitt
Correct.
Studios.
Yes.
Do you work at these tables here?
I did.
You
Growing
did?
up in the summers, I worked out here. So now I work mostly with the artists and go out to the different projects around the country.
It's quite a treat to really see what can happen from the beginning stage and be a part of it all the way through the end.
How many on your force here in New Berlin?
Average 70 officers.
And out of those 70, it's just the 2 of you on K9?
Yeah, and we've been fortunate enough with the community support that our K9 unit has continued strong since the 80s, and all our dogs are funded solely based on community donations.
And is that how most departments work when they come to a K9 unit?
Yeah, I would say that's usually par for the course. Is canines are considered an extra.
Yeah.
They're very important, but they're considered an extra, so a lot of departments have to fundraise to support their canine unit. All you do is hold it out.
What do these dogs do that that you as an officer without a dog couldn't do?
It's really their nose.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's strong as hell.
They're just doing what they're trained to do.
These are just bent shell casings in here, so if I toss one of these out,
He'll find it.
And that's to keep us and the community safe by finding either drugs, guns, or suspects who run from us.
I'll go find it. Condor is one of the few canines in the state that's trained and certified to detect firearms. Quick and easy, that would take a normal officer pretty long to sit there and try and search this whole area. He had no idea in this whole area where it might be, and he was able to pretty much go right to it.
And hard workers.
Very. Probably the hardest working employee on the department.
And the lowest paid.
And
All
the
they get
lowest
is
paid.
food, you know?
Yeah, and some belly rubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in there.
Did you know this is one of the oldest golf courses in the state of Wisconsin? New Berlin Hills, built in 1907. 1978, the city of New Berlin bought it. This is a public course, a beautiful course in the city of New Berlin. Where are we, Joe?
We are in the city of New Berlin, west of Calhoun Road. My thought was if you want to build a house, you got to find a subdivision that's currently being
I think that's
built.
what most people think.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I told my wife, I said, I'm gonna just start asking people if there's any land for sale, and there was.
So you are on what used to be land that was farmed.
Yep, I don't farm it.
So you lease it out to somebody?
Yeah. Yep.
And what are they growing out there?
Soybeans.
Soybeans. It's kind of beautiful.
It's very beautiful, and it's odd because you can be at Qdoba, and 2 minutes later, you can be in the middle of a
In the middle of it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, now I want one of these.
I know.
We should take a little break for,
That
do you
is
mind?
exactly what they're for.
This is great.
And it's still kind of a work in progress.
How big is the house?
So our portion is about 3,500 square feet.
It's like a cathedral.
I kind of like a Scandinavian, boho-y feel, so
In-laws portion is around 1,500 square feet.
this is the in-law suite where my parents come and they stay here for periods of time. It might be a weekend, it might be a month.
I put a little Dutch door.
But I want a Dutch door
So
somewhere.
that when they're accepting children, the top is open.
Yeah.
When they do not want children, the
It's
top
shut.
is closed.
How
It's
smart
like a
is
system.
that?
Yeah, it works good.
Do your kids like the land?
Yeah, I mean, they like to be outside, and they like to kind of go wild and, do their own thing and ride their ATVs around the property and run with the dogs and catch frogs and all that.
Is it quiet out here?
It's very quiet. There's all sorts of animals
There
running
are.
around.
Oh, like what?
Deer, coyotes.
Yeah.
So behind us is actually
Coyotes?
Conservancy.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, Conservancy for about half a mile.
Oh, that's great.
So it's just...
It's never going to change.
Nope.
Okay, if you are from New Berlin, you know this place. It's called the Rainbow Restaurant, right?
Right.
Wait. Talk just a little bit about this restaurant. How long has it been here?
Since 48. 48. Built in 48. It's always been a restaurant. It's always been called the Rainbow through every owner.
It's a great place. People come here to eat what?
This is definitely the place to eat an omelet.
Eat an omelet.
We're famous for our homemade turkey dinner.
Yeah.
Our homemade lasagna, our spaghetti, our soups are fresh every day. Everything's homemade here. We're a dying breed. It's a great place.
And do you know many of these people? A lot of repeat customers?
Every one of them that's here right now.
Is a repeat
Every
customer?
one of them, yes.
So we're talking to you because you're Mr. New Berlin.
So that's what some people say. Well, I was on the 4th of July Commission and ran the parades in the city for 49 years.
For 49 years.
I also run all the Christmas parades. I think it's a very nice city. I love New Berlin.
Yeah.
I think it's got a lot to offer. In fact, things that people don't even know that we have here. We have probably one of the best historic parks in the country. We have a place called Linney Lock Dam. Very beautiful spot. We have a great farmers market. We have a good Chamber of Commerce and
good schools.
Good school system.
Yeah.
In fact, the schools are going green. They've put solar panels on the roofs.
Nice.
We have an observatory.
Built in 1932, just so you know. Did you know that?
Same year I was born.
The year you were born?
Yes.
Wow, you're old. You're an older guy, aren't you, with all of that energy?
Well, I'm like whiskey. You get better with age.
You get better with age. Talk about off the beaten path. You will not believe what's behind this door. No, really. Come on. People should come here and just take a walk around because it's really amazing and it brings you back. Like this really brings me back to, Bobby Wazalewski across the street from me had a train set in his basement that was remarkable. This is 100 times all of that. How long ago did you start this club, Jerry?
About 73 years ago. It's my first train set.
You started the club 73 years ago?
Right.
How old were you?
6.
You were 6 years old.
Right. And that's me, 8 years old or so.
But are there a lot of Lionel train clubs all over the country?
There are many train clubs, but we're actually one of the only clubs that have family programs.
Well, if the people are members here, they don't have their own trains, there's train shells.
And they're able to run them on these lines?
Right. If you're a member, you can run your train on the train layout. If you're a member who doesn't have a train yet but is interested in the hobby, then you can take trains off the shelf and run the trains while you're here. That's fantastic.
How many members in the club?
About 250.
We take this out to the public as well. We have 3 portable layouts we take out into the community. And we have 1 to 2 events a month.
A lot of people don't know about us here, so we've been at this location about 20 years now. but we're 70, almost 75 years old.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool organization we're part of.
It's great. So you're in charge of everything besides the train, right? So scenery work is
my specialty.
That's your specialty.
Is learning about scenery, running your train on a big layout that you can't do at home. There's still that appreciation that people enjoy the hobby.
Because you built the bridge, didn't you?
That's a good portion of it, yes. It took 13 months to do.
It took 13 months.
And it's the sharing of all the values and quality time. So it's a family operation all the way around.
We are at Weston's Antique Apple Orchard in New Berlin. It's a long lineage of apple growers.
Absolutely,
How
yes.
did it start?
Okay, well, Great Depression, late 1920s, early 1930s. My great-grandfather lost his job in Milwaukee. In 1937, we planted over 100 trees. In 1938, we planted another 100.
Now, were those antique apple trees?
Yes.
So they were. So we're not talking about antique apples because the trees that were planted in 37
Correct.
are old. It's you planted antique apples
Correct.
then.
Anything that was produced that generates before 1936. So actually, a Macintosh is an antique.
It is an antique.
It is an antique.
Should I try it?
Yeah, it's called Burford Red. It has almost no flavor.
It's like lemonade.
That's cider.
These are not just apples, though. These are, some of them are fossils. One goes back 2.5 million years.
Now, this is what we would call apple juice sweet. It's not candy sweet like a Red Delicious. It's apple juice more like the Mac.
And you don't mind them having a taste?
No, that's part of what we all are. How can you grow this many varieties and tell people either guess or only buy what you want to buy? No, they have to taste. They have to know.
So altogether, how many varieties do you have?
We have over 150. Today he's making cider. We try to make a good blend, try to add in some more tart apples, so it's a real good quality hard cider.
Every apple tastes different. These apples are all distinctive, and the best apple is when you pick it right off the tree and eat it like that.
This is a Zabergau Reinette. This is from the 1800s. These are old apples, and they're very good eating. Now, this would be a dessert apple that you eat at the end of the meal to cleanse your palate. This is one of our big ones. Strawberry Shenangos, 1850.
This is amazing. I live downtown Milwaukee. I would drive for these. This is really delicious. Michael, we're in New Berlin, and it says N-Buffs. And now all I have to say is that these are not high school kids.
They aren't.
No.
And there's two high schools here in New Berlin West and New Berlin Eisenhower, and I'm not picking either. New Berlin United Flag Football Program. These kids are 3rd and 4th graders. 2 years ago, they stopped playing tackle football at this age, and they went to flag football and said, let's just bring everybody together. What they're trying to do is teach kids the game of football and have them fall in love with it so they'll continue through the program.
How many kids are doing this?
Last year, the first year they did it, they had 44, and they were encouraged by that. And this year, they're up to 75.
Wow.
Everybody plays.
Yeah.
Not only that, every kid plays every position. So the biggest kid's going to get some snaps at quarterback, the littlest kid's going to have to play the line, and they're going to decide then, okay, I really like this position or I really like that position.
They'll get a taste of it in 3rd and 4th
They'll
grade.
get a taste of it, and they then bring them to a varsity game, both Eisenhower and West, and they hang out with the kids that are a couple years older that play tackle football.
Good job. Thanks. Okay, found a new favorite place in New Berlin. It's Twins, Flowers, Gifts, and Home Decor. And why is it called Twins? Come here, you guys. Hello! Look at the twins! Liz and Teresa. Right?
Yes, you got it.
You're the righty?
I'm the righty.
You're the
lefty.
Hello.
Hello.
Twins. Is that your name?
No, that's the name of my car.
That's the name of your car. Good. What's your name?
Gwendolyn.
How did it start and how did this place happen?
This started over 50 years ago on the streets of New Berlin.
This is my daughter, Elena. This is her car.
Kids would build their cars, race on the streets.
How long you been racing in this thing?
Since 2015.
My older daughter, Caitlin, was a finalist last year.
Oh, you were?
In the early 70s, New Berlin let us pave a hill in Valley View Park, where we are today. And we've been racing here ever since. Used every year, just for this.
Is it exciting?
Yes, very exciting.
It is? Good.
Could it not be exciting?
How fast do they usually go?
They get going over 20 miles an hour.
They do.
At the bottom. We'll have over 70 kids this
You
year.
will?
Some years we've had upwards of over 100.
So each car has to get a sponsor? Is that usually a local business?
Yes.
Why do you think this is important?
It's an opportunity for the kids and the family to work on something together. And the kids learn mechanical skills. You know, they're learning while they're having fun. This is Kathleen.
Hey,
She's
Kathleen.
the chairman of the special race.
Oh, you are?
Car is specially fabricated with dual steering, dual braking. The special needs racer can race. Boy Scout goes along for the ride.
Have you taken it down the hill?
I am.
Yep.
She's won.
Oh,
you've won?
She is our champion last year.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
And you've won twice?
Yep.
From ages 6 to 16.
6 to 16.
3, 2, 1, go!
And when is Derby Day?
First Sunday after Labor Day.
Is Derby Day just the most fun?
Oh my gosh.
Is it?
Yes. It's a big event. It's a big event. Yeah.
And not just the people involved come to watch.
This is so fun!
So my idea was to drive one of the soapbox cars home, but look who's here.
Hey,
It's
John.
Todd, how are you?
What are you doing in New
It's good.
Berlin?
I'm going to your place. Can we do that?
Get in, let's go.
Exciting events. Todd, look at this thing.
We call that our USV, Ultimate Souvenir Vehicle.
We heard that you invented the cannon that will shoot T-shirts.
Hit the button.
Officially, we've invented the T-shirt Gatling gun. Different than a single-shot T-shirt gun. This is the jig for the carousels. It can shoot balls, T-shirts. Each gun's got about 60 man-hours in each one. We actually have a Brazooka. 2, 1, go! We wanted the spectacle of giving the T-shirt away to be as big or cooler than actually getting the T-shirt. We have over 100 out there right now, whether it's a single barrel, double barrel, triple barrel, or the quad, which is actually that big boy right there. And that can deliver, I believe, 200 plus T-shirts in 20 seconds. We have 40 unique products that we design, manufacture, and market right here exclusively to sporting teams around the world. Right over here, we call them our big backyard games. And we just want to put everything on steroids and oversize it. This is the graphics department. Some of the stuff that happens in the sporting world goes into corporate stuff. We're just really big into props, and some of the stuff we do in corporate and Aspire stuff in the sporting world. These are stage props. These are 10 feet tall. You put 4 or 5 of those behind you. You light those up. That's a pretty powerful statement.
Yeah. These don't go to corporate events?
Oh,
Can
yeah,
they go
yeah. Anything you want. Try this bad boy out.
It can go to just a residential backyard.
Sure,
Any of this stuff.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You could put it in your living room if you just want to have a party for Friday night.
It's great fun.
Big fun.
Big fun. When did you open up?
We opened up in 1997. It was a little rundown tavern called the College Pub.
Is there a college close to here?
No, the College Avenue that we're on right here.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking back then, but we got involved and we remodeled it, and then we've been kind of remodeling and adding on. It's got a lot of land, so it's kind of more than meets the eye when you see the front facade. There's a Four Seasons room, there's outdoor patio space, there's an outdoor tented area with a rustic bar that we do events back. We've got an event back there tonight.
We're here on a Thursday. What is this called? Thursday night?
Thursday, we have Smokin' Live and Local. We have this huge smoker that is doing brisket and chicken wings and smoked mac and cheese and just all kinds of great stuff.
Let's have it.
So it's a vending opportunity. So we have a local band, we got a local craft brewery back there, local charity. Every time there's a local charity that gets a percentage of the proceeds. That is one of our main core values, and that's community.
Can we talk staff? How many work here?
In our peak season with the restaurant and catering, we get over 100 people working here. When we opened, we had a staff of 4, including myself. Yeah. The Bloody Mary.
Comes out of the tap.
Yep, we always serve it with a hot sauce caddy.
What do people come in here for if they want to eat?
Big burger joints, some great pizzas, salads, wraps. This is the original Muskego Restaurant Pizza Burger. The restaurant's been gone forever, but the DeAngelo's family keeps it alive and sells the seasoning for the Italian sausage and the sauce.
So are you the only guys making this thing?
We are.
You are?
We're exclusive in New Berlin.
See, people come back for that, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
This is Martin's Tap, but it shouldn't be called Martin's Tap. It should be called Martin's Bar because there's no tap beer in there. It's all canned beer, which is really something. And if you love polka and just you can't wait to polka, twice a month you can come out here. Only in New Berlin.
I got to tell you this.
Yeah.
This is the only bar in Waukesha County that the original family owns.
Your family, the Martins.
Right. There was a restaurant here then until 1932, and my dad made a bar out of it.
Is that right? You love coming here.
Oh my God, we absolutely love. This is Cheers. This is the
Cheers.
Cheers bar for everyone in the community, in the polka community.
Everyone
it's
does.
not limited to any kind of background. Everyone's out there having a great time. And the more, the merrier.
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome.
City living and a touch of country. That's New Berlin. Mayor Dave Amon, you've got a job to do. You have 30 seconds to tell us why New Berlin, Wisconsin is the best place in the world to live, work, and play. And Mayor Dave, you can start now.
Well, primarily, it's the great people who live and work in our community that make it so special. We have a diverse community with urban, suburban, rural areas that fit anyone's lifestyle and income level. And we have a rich history that's brought to life by our fabulous historic park. We enjoy every piece of New Berlin and the community that brings everybody together.
We are at, sorry.
John forgot where we're at. Can you go back?
This is the winner's circle. Why? I won. Good.
This over here is the loser's circle.
We couldn't have enjoyed New Berlin without our underwriters.
Thank you for your generous support, underwriters.
Thanks.
The Greater Milwaukee Foundation's Ernest C. and Florence M. Shockey Fund, and by the David A. and Nancy E. Putz Fund. The Greater Milwaukee Foundation, inspiring philanthropy, serving donors, and strengthening communities now and for the future.
Michaels Corporation, serving the energy, transportation, telecommunications, and utility industries. Michaels, constructing North America's infrastructure for our future.
We Energies Foundation and Wisconsin Public Service Foundation are proud to support public television. Together we create a brighter future for the communities we serve.
ATC moves electricity from where it's generated to communities where it's needed. American Transmission Company, helping to keep the lights on, businesses running, and communities strong.